Hello and welcome to a review for Dead by Daylight by me, Ultrafud. Now, Dead by Daylight is set to go free in this month's PSN freebie section, and it's one of these games that you should definitely try out. It has many things on offer, like killing your friends. You can also survive with your friends, or just randomly go into different lobbies. But it is that kind of game where you have to sort of kill everyone or simply survive. It's just literally a survival horror game that is quick-paced action game that you can just get into and play a couple of rounds off when you've got a spare bit of time. So they're the available characters, and you've got the DLC characters also locked behind paywalls, but you don't need them. Plus the perk system, which helps you survive. Of course, all these perks are really useful, like leaving blood trails and things like that, so you don't get caught by the killer or even seen by the killer in some circumstances. And obviously that is the objective as a survivor, not to die, so this is a really handy thing to know. And then you've got the blood web. This is basically your map of leveling up, between leveling up perks and actually getting like medi kits, toolboxes to help fuel the generators and sort them out as quick as you possibly can. But there will be something trying to steal the perks off you, but you'll find out in level 5. And this is your customization. Of course, certain characters have more customization options than other characters, and some of them are locked behind paywalls, as per is this kind of a game. It's cheap anyway to buy normally, but you can also just go straight to the store and purchase them from the store. You have all the characters' customization options here as well, and certain perk options that you can then obviously put onto other characters, and obviously the paying options. But personally, you can earn it all. You can earn it all, and if you enjoy the game, you will earn it all. These are specialist ones that come from each character you can purchase with a certain currency, but you can earn the currency, and anybody can use it once you've unlocked them. So, switch to killer. Things are pretty much the same with the blood web, the customization options. I mean, it is in actual fact quite a basic sort of game anyway, so it doesn't need lots of complicated systems and things. And the thing is, what it does well is the game itself works well. Like, the objective is simple: escape, or basically you kill people. So you'll be teamed up with random lobbies, and yeah, you just have to hopefully get them. The bottom 4 killers, though, are locked behind paywalls. They're all DLC characters, like the shape is Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and things like that. Playing as a survivor. So your objective as a survivor is literally the basis: learn to survive, and you've got to power up 5 generators to get out. This character is called David King. He's all about supporting characters who are like on hooks and things and trying to get them off to earn extra points. But whilst you're trying to power these generators up, essentially, everyone else is trying to do the same thing, but the killer is actively trying to kill you, and you can hear the killer when he gets into a certain radius, and certain perks can actually enhance the ability to hear the killer coming. It's like a sort of heartbeat vibration noise, and yeah. So here's me trying to repair something, and the skill check will come up. And if you mess the skill check up, the generator explodes. It doesn't necessarily go down too much, but it goes down enough for the killer to know where you are. So you have to pass the skill checks. If you fail skill checks, you're in trouble. The killer's probably coming to get you. If you land the skill check in the white box, it basically makes it go even quicker than normal. And that's a person who's basically been stuck on a hook after being hunted down by the killer. And now my objective now is to go and rescue that person. But I think in this instance, I'm pretty sure someone else gets there before I do, or I get chased. Yeah, there's Michael Myers. So someone's forked out the £6 on to buy Michael Myers. All they've earned it. And he's one of those killers that you don't hear straight away, and he's an obsessive player, so that means that he focuses on one person. They call it tunneling in this game. And once he's tunneled enough, he becomes pretty much unstoppable. But of course, you have to survive. You're the survivor, that's your job. So some perks will leave a blood trail behind you. You leave one automatically, but I've got this sort of feather perk on that essentially the trail disappears after a certain amount of time. It's very sort of like time based. So if someone gets stuck on a hook, the killer might know where everyone is for like 16 seconds or something like that. It's the way the perk system works. There's no sort of like extra strength sort of things that help you kill people quicker or sense people all the time. You can't get those kind of things because those kind of things would literally probably ruin the game. So all the game is actually really well balanced now and has been balanced for the last maybe 2 to 3 years. Obviously the game came to PC first and is now on console. So once you've powered up all 5 generators, your objective is to hold down this lever until all 3 lights come on and the gate opens up and you can run away. Which is fine, but it's not ideal because obviously the killer knows that you're doing that, and he's got a choice of either wait for the person to die on the hook or come after you. And I think in this instance he camps the hook and let them die first. Obviously this person's want me to leave, but for the purpose of the review I don't care, so I'm leaving. And you get judged on how well you did, and you get what's known as blood points, and blood points basically go towards your blood web and increasing your character's stats, perks, and obviously like just tools and things in general. So ideally you want to try and do as much as you can, not just power generators up or not just help people. You need to try and sort of do everything, as well as the simplest idea, which is surviving. Now there is another way out of the actual survivors levels, is once the gates open and you're the last one alive, you can leave through an escape hatch for an extra bonus, which is fantastic. If you know where the escape hatch is, it doesn't tell you, so you have to find it yourself. Obviously the killer then has a slight advantage, so he's only looking for you. Right, what next? Oh, now, time for some salt. I will just let you read this. And this is the kind of thing you can expect to get as playing as a killer. Yeah, they don't like it. There's an invisible rulebook to play by, which I will go into detail later on. But basically, you get a lot of hate in this game. It's really toxic playing as a killer. You get slaughtered every time you do something slightly wrong to their little rulebook. So here is playing as a killer. So I'm playing as the trapper. Now, the killer's objective, right? Wait for it. Is to kill in any means, shape or form. If that means camping or tunneling. Now obviously camping, what they mean by that isn't just like sitting in one spot and hurting people. You pick them up, stick them on a hook and watch them die. That's called camping in this game. And tunneling is when one person comes along and takes that person off the hook, and then you go for the same person you stuck on the hook, and they don't like that either. See, according to the invisible rulebook, you're meant to stick someone on a hook, go after someone else, let them take them off the hook, and I don't know, just leave them, I guess, and go after the other person, which is kind of sad. I mean, everyone should play how they want to play it. There shouldn't be any rules to it, otherwise the devs would have put something in, surely. Anyway, so what you'll see on the floor is these little cut marks, is basically like a blood trail where the person's been. If they're running, the killer can see it. If they're crouch walking or just simply walking, the killer can't see it. And there's that's all really the killer has to do. They just play on its abilities, like the hag can teleport, the huntress can throw axes, the trapper can lay bear traps, which is quite fun. Obviously I haven't got the DLC characters like Freddy Krueger, but they are all really good in their own right, so I have to be brutally honest. All the killers have their pros and cons, but I think Freddy's got a bit of an upper hand because you can't even hear the heartbeat coming after you, and that's it can be pretty scary, to be fair. So yeah, again, all the killers have customization options, and the objective is to kill. They will try to put boards in your way which you can break. You can damage already worked on generators, and you know, it's not a hard thing to be good at killing people, but in this game it's not about so much the killing or the surviving, it's about how many points you get. It doesn't matter if you win or lose really, as long as you've had a good game and you get lots of points, because that's what it's really all about. Obviously when you get level 40 things get a bit harder for everybody. Like this person drops out in front of me, I'm going to kick it and get myself 100 points just for doing that, which I think is good. Also you get points for like chasing, hitting and sticking on a hook. A person can take 3 hooks and then they die automatically. The second hook you have to tap X a lot of times trying to stay alive until someone hopefully rescues you. So don't count on people to help you, because they probably won't, because they're really toxic. Unless they really want to survive, and they will come and help you, like a good team should do. My thoughts. Now, My thoughts on this game are quite simple. It's a good game. It's a good action survival game. If you get a good team, you can have a really good match. And even if a really good killer's in the game, you can have a bloody good game because like they know what they're doing, they're in control of the situation, and it just makes it feel more, well, I don't know, more intense and harder. But the one thing that lets this game down horribly is the community. And I don't care what anybody says about this. We should all be able to play a game how we want to play it. And if people don't like it, then that's tough shit. I started off by camping hooks, I started off by tunnelling, and to be honest, that's how I used to play it, and now I have a different method of playing it. But there is no rule book. If you can show me a rule book that states these are the rules, you can't do that, or whatever, then fair enough. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, get this game, camp that hook, kill as many people as you want, expect a bit of backlash, because that's what's going to happen. Just take it on the chin, don't worry about it. Because people, if they want to win, they'll do what they just did to me. I played it their way, I played it their rules, they all escaped because I abandoned the hook. I still got a decent amount of points. Not a great deal, but a decent amount. But, because I played it their way, no one died. I didn't get any hate mail this time, but I would have done if I played it the way I wanted to play it. It's a guarantee. So, yeah. For a freebie type, it was really good. And you get the special edition, which includes 2 DLCs, the Hag, the Doctor, and a couple of survivors with that. So, really, go out, download it, play it. If you don't like it, just delete it. And then, just remember it's always there if you do want to play it. So thank you very much for watching this. And remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye!